Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with 3-0 Randal Barlow, and his next fight is at Brentwood Centre on the 10th of February, and he's fighting Ryan Maycock in a 4-round fight on the Top Tier show. And yeah, pleasure getting you on.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
My first question for you is, how did you get into boxing?
My dad was a professional boxer, but when I was a kid, he weren't really around, and I moved to Ireland, and I met this kid called Robbie, and he was a boxer, and he brought me in a gym, a little gym called St. Nicholas's, in down in Carrick-on-Shore in Ireland. And yeah, it went from there. I was 7, and yeah, I never looked back since, really.
Did you have an amateur career?
Yeah, I had an amateur career with that club, St. Nicholas's. I think I had about 22 bouts.
How many of them roughly did you win?
I think I won about 15 or 16. I think I definitely lost about 7 or 8, I think, early on.
Did you win any national titles or?
I only boxed in the All Irelands once, and I lost in the semi-final.
So, and then you made your debut back in 2019.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, against Siggy.
And it was at your call, and you won 40-36 on the scorecards.
Yeah, correct.
Talk about the fight.
Mate, I went in there with a couple of injuries. We pulled out of a fight prior in July because of the injury, and then it come back near the fight, and I didn't want to pull out again. So it was a bit of a messy one. Yeah, he wasn't the typical journeyman. He was throwing a lot of shots, and yeah, it was an untidy fight. But yeah, went okay with the win, but yeah, it was a bit untidy, if I'm honest.
You came away with I think it was a cut. You suffered a cut in the fight in the first round.
Yeah, I believe I got 2 cuts in that fight. Yeah, and that's the first time I got cut. So yeah, it was all new to me at the time.
What was it like? As it was like you said, it was your first time cut. How was it like to cope with the cuts when you're fighting?
I dealt with it okay. One of them, the second cut was the blood was getting in my eye a little bit, but it was all right. I dealt with it fine, to be fair.
So, what would you rate your performance out of 10 on that night on your debut?
It was poor, man. I'd say like a 4, maybe a 3.
Was there any nerves, like, as it was your pro debut?
Yeah, there was a bit of nerves, and I don't think I thought it was going to be the way it was, and maybe I overlooked it and overthought the situation. But I was a live float as well, and it was looking like I was going to fight right at the end of the night. And then Sam Gilly knocked out his opponent in the second round, and they was like, "Yeah, you're next." So I had to get my gloves on and get out of there. So it was a bit hectic for a debut. It was a good show. It was on the first golden contract.
Oh
Quite
yeah,
decent.
was that on Sky?
Yeah, it was on Sky. Yeah, so I got quite lucky. So it was it was a poor performance, but it was a great night, and yeah, it was a good crowd and all that.
How did it feel boxing on live on Sky Sports for your pro debut?
Yeah, it was. I was overwhelmed. It was surreal when you're sitting at the It was more when you get out of the ring and you're getting interviewed with the Sky mic. It's usually you see that on telly, so it was a bit surreal at the time.
And how like difficult was it, like being the live float, and did that get to you at all?
It's boxing, isn't it? Well, as an amateur back in the day, it was the same. You didn't know when you was on sometimes, and it was just warming up. Be ready when you're ready. So I was kind of prepared. So it was all right. But yeah, it does get to your head a small bit.
And then you fought Kevin McCauley at Brentwood Centre. You won 40-37.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we shared the ring. I think he's retired now.
Yeah, I think he had over 300 fights.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. He's tough, isn't he? Very tough.
Yeah, it's tough. He's good. He's good at getting you involved. He knows what he's doing. He's been he's been in the game a long time. He can get you making mistakes. So you do learn from him.
And then your most recent fight you had in November, where you fought Jordan Granham. It was a good boxing display from yourself. Of course, you was out the ring for I forgot how long were you out the ring for?
Just over 3 years. I was out of the ring. I think 2000. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, it was nice to get back in there with Jordan. Yeah, it was a good bout. I didn't really get too involved, and I didn't really get out of gear, if I'm honest. So
Mm.
I've got a lot more to show from that fight, I believe.
How many weeks notice did you get? Because I was at the show and I saw you were on, because I didn't know you were fighting then. So I got to the venue and saw that you were on the fight card backstage, the fight card. So I didn't even know you was fighting.
I believe it was
Right.
similar to this one, maybe around a month, 4 or 5 weeks. But yeah, I was in training anyway. We was just because I was more waiting for them to get my license back. I've been ready since the start of the year when I thought I was getting my license back, and it took longer than we thought. So I was kind of training and training and training, and then finally we got the call. So I was in a longer camp than 4 weeks, but we only knew that we was fighting 4 weeks from prior.
And were you happy with your performance? Because um, you box smart.
Yeah. Like as a boxer, when we look back on our fights, all we do is I can imagine with other fighters, you pick out things that you do wrong more than what you do right. So it was an okay performance, but I could definitely do more. I believe so.
hmm But were you relieved that you like returned to the ring in winning fashion?
Yeah, for real. That's the plan in every fight. It's always nice to get out of the ring and unscathed, no cuts. It was a clean fight, so it couldn't have went any better.
hmm And talk about of course you've got Ryan Maycock, who's 7-3, challenge former Southern area title challenger.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Ryan. As I said, I think was it 4 days ago I found out that I took the fight 4 days ago. I don't know too much about him. I know I've watched Jack Martin a couple of times because I
Mm.
used to be signed with MTK as well. We were signed at the same time, and I watched him in a couple of his fights live. And so Ryan went 9 rounds with him, and he was doing okay. Apparently, I haven't really
He,
watched
he
it
was
myself.
he was up on the cards. I've heard.
Yes, I've heard as well, but I haven't watched it back myself. I don't really do that, but yeah, it's going to be a step up for me, and I believe I'm more than ready for it.
How excited are you to be in your first 50-50 fight?
They call it a 50-50 fight, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm more confident. I don't look at it like a 50-50 fight, so I'm confident in what I'm going to do on February 10th. It's
hmm
very exciting. And Johnny Clark, I've never boxed on one of his shows, and I've heard really good things about it. So it's all good. It's all good on my half.
Yeah, it's. I've been to. I think I went to his first two shows. I think it was, and they get you walking out like on this platform bit and stuff. It's good.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I've heard it's meant to be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Um, is there any nerve like going into every fight? Do you get nerves beforehand?
I would be lying to say if I didn't, but it ain't like a nerves where I'm going out and I'm scared of my opponent. It's more a nerves that I want to make sure I perform for
Yeah,
the people.
good nerves.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the kind of nerves I get, cheery ones. And once I get in the ring, they all go. Or probably the walkout, I'm ready. Like you know what I mean. But yeah, I just want to perform. I want to make the people happy as well. Come to see me because that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
hmm So you don't know much about Ryan. Have you not seen him fight?
No, maybe watch like 20 seconds of a clip, but yeah, I haven't watched too much about him.
Just leave it to your coach.
Yeah, I'm sure my coaches will be looking. We're doing a little bit of work. I know he's a southpaw. I know he's a bit smaller in height, so yeah, we just got to work on us more than work on him.
Of course, you're both southpaws. Have you fought a southpaw before?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe I have. Like maybe in my amateur career, but I can't I know I've sparred a few, but yeah, I don't think I've fought a southpaw before.
So, do you feel like your size could like play a factor in the fight as he's normally super welter and you're like big for your weight, tall for your weight?
Yeah, of course. I'm a super welter as well, so I'm stepping up to middleweight. I know I fought Jordan at middleweight, but yeah, we're planning to fight at 154. But going between 154 and 160, I don't mind that. It's okay. But yeah, my size is usually like my factor in all my fights. I don't usually. There's not many times that I come across people that I have my height and my reach. So I have to use it as a factor. I'd be silly not to.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Ryan's like saying that like he's targeting like to try and go for another Southern area. Do you feel like if winning this would like put you in put you where he is?
Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I want to look. I'm just looking at Ryan at the minute,
Mm.
and after Ryan, it'd be nice to get I haven't had over a 4-rounder, so it'd be nice to go out and get like a 6 or an 8-rounder before thinking about doing a 10-rounder. But yeah, obviously it's in the back of my mind that they're going to be looking to challenge, but for the Southern Area title. But I believe that I'm gonna stop all that.
Do you believe you'll get the stoppage on Feb 10th for the usual saying, if the knockout's there, it's just a bonus?
Yeah, that's exactly it. He took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, I'll go out there to win, and what happens, happens, and I'll win whatever way I can.
Mm-hmm. Um, for fans who want to come and support you, how much are the tickets?
They're £60 for standard tickets, and I believe there's limited ringside, but they're £100 for the tables. I think there's a table of 10. They're £100 each.
Mm-hmm. What can fans expect from you?
Just an exciting fight. Didn't go out and try to put on a good show. Obviously, get the win and on to the next one. Really.
Mm-hmm. And before I let you go, do you want to thank managers, trainers, anybody?
Yeah, I can thank where I train. I train at Crawley Martial Arts. I train at their gym it's John Jarvis and Paolo De Silva's gym. Paolo is my trainer. And sorry, mate. My sponsors, Basement Pumps, they're really good to me. I get a lot of scans and medicals, as you know, as boxers, and they really help out with the fees. So Basement Pumps, Rick and Claire, yeah, they do really good to me, and yeah, my gym, and my family and my mates, obviously, who are supporting, coming, buying tickets.
Mm-hmm. And from me, Randall, thank you for your time and all the best on Feb 10th.
Oh, thank you, mate, and I'll see you there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.